Hello, fellow Days of Our Lives fans. If you've been glued to your screens like the rest of us, you know that Salem has a way of delivering gut-wrenching twists that leave us breathless and reaching for the tissues. But this one? This might just be one of the most emotional roller coasters the show has thrown at us in recent years. It seems Chanel Dupree is about to face the devastating news that she has breast cancer, and the fallout is going to ripple through the DiMera family, her marriage to Johnny, and her pregnancy in ways that will keep us talking for months. As someone who's followed this beloved soap for decades, watching generations of Salemites battle everything from corporate intrigue to life-threatening illnesses, I can tell you this storyline has all the hallmarks of classic days: drama, raw emotion, medical urgency, and deeply personal stakes. Let's dive deep into how this unfolds, what it means for Chanel and Johnny, and why this could be a game changer for the show. First, a little context for those who might need a refresher on where we stand. Chanel and Johnny DiMera have been on quite the journey together. Their relationship has weathered storms that would sink lesser couples, secret pregnancies, family feuds, and the ever-present shadow of the DiMera legacy. Johnny, with his intense DiMera blood running through his veins, has grown into a man determined to break cycles and build something real with Chanel. They've fought for their happiness, and now, with a baby on the way, it felt like they were finally stepping into a brighter chapter. But in Salem, joy is often just the calm before the storm. The couple has been anxiously awaiting biopsy results after Chanel discovered a concerning lump. Those tense moments in the doctor's office, the quiet fears whispered between them at night, it's all been building to this pivotal revelation. We know Sarah Horton will be the one tasked with delivering the news. Sarah, ever the dedicated physician with her own complicated history in Salem, finds herself in that impossible position that so many doctors on this show have faced, bearer of bad news to people she genuinely cares about. In true Days fashion, this won't be a simple phone call. Oh no. The writers are setting this up for maximum heartbreak. Picture the scene. Chanel's phone rings while she's at home, perhaps resting with a hand protectively over her growing belly, Johnny by her side trying to stay strong for both of them. Sarah's voice comes through, professional but laced with that unmistakable hesitation. Chanel, it's Sarah. The biopsy results are in. I really need you to come to the hospital so we can discuss them in person. Chanel, being the fiery, resilient woman we've come to love, isn't one to be put off easily. She'd press for details right there on the call. Sarah, just tell me. Is it bad? What's going on? Her voice cracking with that mix of fear and defiance that makes her such a compelling character. But Sarah, knowing the gravity of a breast cancer diagnosis, especially in a pregnant patient, holds firm. She won't deliver something this shattering over the phone. Chanel, please. Bring Johnny with you. You both need to be here for this. The urgency in Sarah's tone would send chills down any viewer's spine. We've seen Sarah deliver difficult news before, but this feels different. This is Chanel, vibrant, ambitious, the woman who took over the bakery and built something from nothing, now facing a threat that strikes at the very core of her womanhood and her impending motherhood. As an experienced viewer, I can already imagine the camera lingering on Chanel's face as she hangs up, the color draining from her cheeks, Johnny pulling her into his arms while trying to mask his own panic. The DiMera mansion has seen plenty of tragedies, but this one hits close to home in a profoundly intimate way. Let's talk about the diagnosis itself. We strongly believe Chanel does have breast cancer, and the confirmation is going to hit like a bombshell. Breast cancer in a young woman is already terrifying, but factor in her pregnancy? It's a nightmare scenario that raises so many urgent medical and emotional questions. How will treatment affect the baby? Can she undergo chemotherapy while pregnant? What are the risks? Days of Our Lives has never shied away from tackling serious health issues with sensitivity and realism. Remember the powerful stories involving cancer in the past or the complex pregnancies that tested family bonds. This one promises to be equally layered. The immediate aftermath at the hospital is where the drama will explode. Imagine Johnny and Chanel rushing through those familiar hospital corridors, hands clasped tightly, hearts pounding. Sarah meets them in a private consultation room, her expression somber. The words come out carefully. The biopsy confirms it. You have breast cancer, Chanel. The room would fall silent except for Chanel's sharp intake of breath. Johnny might stagger back, his DiMera fire turning to raw vulnerability as he demands more information, more options, anything to fight this. Chanel, ever the fighter, would initially go into denial. No, this can't be right. We've been through too much already before the reality crashes down. Tears, embraces, whispered promises of, we'll beat this together. It's pure soap opera gold, the kind that earns Emmy consideration for the actors. What makes this storyline so compelling is how it intersects with Chanel's pregnancy. The timing couldn't be more agonizing. She's carrying a child who represents hope for the future, a blending of Dupree and DiMera bloodlines. Now, every decision about her health care becomes a high-stakes balancing act between saving her life and protecting their unborn baby. Will doctors recommend immediate surgery? Radiation? Will they have to delay certain treatments until after delivery? The medical team, perhaps involving Kayla or other familiar faces, will be pulled into intense discussions, weighing risks with compassion. Viewers will be on the edge of their seats as Chanel faces the terrifying possibility of choosing between her own survival and the baby's well-being. Johnny's reaction will be fascinating to watch. As a DiMera, he's no stranger to crisis, but this is deeply personal. We've seen him grow tremendously, moving past his own demons to become the supportive partner Chanel needs. Expect scenes where he vows to be by her side no matter what, researching treatments late into the night, rallying family support even as old DiMera rivalries threaten to complicate things. EJ and Chad might get involved, offering resources or connections, but with that signature DiMera undercurrent of control and hidden agendas. Will this bring the family closer or expose new fractures? Chanel's own strength will shine through, but not without moments of profound doubt. We've seen her character evolve from a complicated young woman navigating love and loss to a resilient force in Salem. This diagnosis will test her like never before. Flashbacks to her past, her relationship with her mother Paulina, her triumphs and heartbreaks could be woven in beautifully to show her fighting spirit. There might be powerful scenes where she talks to her belly, promising her child she'll do everything possible to be there. Or heart-wrenching moments where she questions if she can handle motherhood while battling cancer. The ripple effects on other characters will be significant. Sarah, having delivered the news, might feel a personal connection due to her own experiences with loss and medical challenges. Paulina will undoubtedly be devastated her daughter facing this. Expect Mama Bear mode to activate fully, with Paulina clashing with doctors, seeking second opinions, and leaning on Abe for support. The entire Horton and DiMera orbits will feel the impact, reminding us how interconnected Salem truly is. As this story plays out over weeks and months, we can expect several dramatic arcs. There will be the initial shock and treatment planning phase, filled with emotional confrontations and tender moments between Chanel and Johnny. Then comes the treatment itself, perhaps a mastectomy or lumpectomy, with the pregnancy progressing alongside it. The show will likely explore themes of body image, fear of mortality, and redefined strength. Romantic tension might arise as Johnny struggles with helplessness, leading to misunderstandings that test their marriage. Classic soap elements like a medical miracle, a surprise complication, or even external drama, think corporate sabotage at DiMera Enterprises happening simultaneously, will keep the pace relentless. Fans are already speculating wildly online. Will this lead to a temporary separation for medical reasons? Could there be a custody or family custody angle if things worsen? And the pregnancy, will the baby be born healthy despite the challenges? Days of Our Lives excels at these long-form emotional journeys where characters emerge transformed. Chanel could become an advocate, raising awareness or supporting other women in Salem facing similar battles. Johnny might confront his own fears of becoming like his father in times of crisis. Looking back at the show's history, cancer storylines have always been handled with care, often educating viewers while delivering compelling drama. This one feels particularly timely and relevant, addressing young women's health, pregnancy complications, and modern cancer treatment options. The writers have an opportunity to show the realities, the good days and the bad, the support systems, the financial stresses, the hope that persists even in darkness. Of course, in true Days fashion, there will be lighter moments interspersed, perhaps humorous attempts by friends to cheer Chanel up or baby name discussions that turn bittersweet. The community coming together, with casseroles from the Brady pub or flowers from the Horton house, adds that warm Salem touch we all love. As we await these episodes, one thing is certain, this storyline will showcase the incredible talent of the cast. The actress playing Chanel will have meaty material to sink her teeth into vulnerability, rage, determination, love. Same for Johnny's portrayer, navigating the role of husband and expectant father under duress. Sarah's empathy and professionalism will shine. In the end, this isn't just about a diagnosis. It's about resilience, love, conquering fear, and the human spirit facing the unknown. Chanel's breast cancer battle will affect her pregnancy profoundly, forcing choices no one should ever have to make, but it will also highlight the strength of her bond with Johnny and the support network in Salem. We'll laugh, cry, gasp, and cheer them on. What do you think, Days fans? How do you see this playing out? Will Chanel and Johnny emerge stronger? Drop your theories in the comments. Until next time, stay tuned to Days of Our Lives because in Salem, hope always finds a way, even in the darkest moments.